Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Speak Sassy, Drink Classy with the Sassy Host, and I am one of your four gracious hosts, Roel Rabbit.
She sounds like she's from the sex line, so I'm gonna say my name same way. I'm Birdsong.
Oh my God, I don't know how to be sexy, but I'm gonna try anyway. I am Sakai, too fly for you.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Queen Judy with the fat ass booty.
And the reason we're all talking like this is because today's topic is very special to everyone's hearts because it deals with your heart. We're talking the topic of dating, to date or not to date.
Not today.
All right, enough with the persona. Look at crackheads, and we're gonna get into it. All right, we're talking about how you date people and the red flags, the green flags, and everything in between. Let's get into it. Bow.
This dating world has piss in it.
Oh.
Out here, guys. And don't partake. Just stay at home, binge watch your shows, read a book, and love on yourself, okay?
So
I agree.
You said the dating pool is tainted.
Shit.
Oh,
Just a
God.
little dingleberry in there.
She said piss in it.
God!
No.
Help me!
Child, that's crazy.
Help yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Though. I feel the exact same. I wouldn't have worded it that way, but I feel the exact same way.
She said the dating world has piss in it.
Right. It's funny because I did just send Myra. I think I sent it to Mariah too. The little dating thing where I was like, dating 2024 is like playing Uno.
Yo, not the reverse. Swap hands. Swap hands is crazy.
Skip them, draw two more, reverse back to someone from the past, put one down, then draw four new ones. Yo.
That's right.
Four new ones is accurate.
That's crazy. Oh.
And then at that point, you just gotta go ahead and draw four, put down five, and then you ended up drawing plus 20. Cause who put down the damn rules card? Put that shit up, cause I ain't drawing the whole deck.
I'm gonna be honest though.
Really drawing the whole deck because everything is trash.
Garbage.
I'm gonna be honest though. I think the dating world in 2024 is a little messy.
Tainted.
And I think it's because people, one, what I'm seeing is like their expectations are set way too high for a person. Like the amount of people that I see that says like, oh, my nigga need to make 6 figures or more, or he gotta be well invested in these stocks and stuff, but they like
they don't
even know what a stock is.
And then they be broke as fuck.
Exactly. Don't even know what a stock is. My thing is, okay, out the gate, 6 figures. Okay, you do you, boo. But damn, whatever happened to the appreciation of being there for your person to get 6 figures? You can't even appreciate the 6 figures that they offering you if you're not even there to see them get it. Not even there to see them get it out the damn mud. Like, where you at?
Meanwhile, I still think it's crazy to expect somebody to date for 6 figures and you over there making $15,000 a year. Like what?
You below
like,
down.
You're making 6
property.
figures and you want to, date someone that makes 6 figures. That makes 10 times more sense than somebody that doesn't make anything or like freelance here and there, but it's not consistent. And you're expecting that? That's like.
But.
And red flag here, you worried about the money, but are they treating you right? Are they trustworthy? Are they loyal? Do they respect you?
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Like my thing is.
I'm mad as fuck.
She's like,
Camera said, "Woo!"
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
So I got into a conversation about that, about like having that financial security or whatever that a lot of people want financial security, which is like, okay, I understand that because, prices is rising, everything is expensive. You want a carton of eggs, that's like $6. you know, if you want the good stuff. Now, if you want them watered down weird ones, it's $2.99. But you know, it's just kind of like, let's
Worried about
be
the wrong stuff.
fucking for real for once. Like, let's just be for real. So if you are looking for someone that is successfully making six figures, I feel like you need to be successfully in the same bracket, or at least close to it. Not even in the same bracket, but you need to have that
motivation.
same success as well, or at least that motivation to make you both financially stable. Because once you become in a partnership, even if they are making six figures, like now they're paying for both you and them. Or they could just be that selfish person and be like, make your own money. But it's like six figures.
Dutch.
That first six figures, that 100K, don't mean crap when you it's two people. It barely mean crap when it's one person.
Swap the toilet with it, because that's where it's going.
Yeah, so unless they making like that 500K and above,
Like,
I don't mean
appreciate the
nothing.
person that you with while they in the space that they in. And if you don't want to deal with the space that they in, then don't.
Crazy. It's like, have y'all seen the news updates on how like the average prices the average American should make in order to live comfortably? Like a single person living on their own should, at the very minimum, according to this statistic, should be making around $96,000 a year. That's way more. That's way more than a lot of these jobs are paying. And like, what is happening with that?
The thought never crossed their mind to pay anybody $90K for anything.
Exactly.
They are giving you Americans need to go ahead and shack the fuck up, bitch. The six of y'all.
I was just about to say, it's giving. Go ahead, suck and fuck on something. And maybe break 80.
That brings me to my next thing though, because Americans are starting to do that. Like, people are starting to move back in with their parents, like, and get like dual homes, like literally move in with your parents. Like, I'll take the whole basement. It's got a bathroom, everything down there, wash and dry. I don't need to see you. You don't need to see me. And I got my own entrance. And that's what people are doing. Like, even my brother offer was just like, we should just buy land. We should just buy this land, build up on this land, and this is ours. This is a house for the kids. This is the house for y'all. This is a house for mom. Like, this house for my grandmother. And I'm sitting thinking, like, that would save us so much more money, though.
Right. And the common theme for me right now is obviously we're talking about financial needs, financial wants in a relationship. And in my head, it's like, it doesn't matter if you live with your parents. It doesn't matter if you live with your family. As long as you have a plan and you're fiscally responsible.
He said fiscal.
But that still matters to a lot of people. A lot of people are just like, a lot of people are like, I'm not throwing it back with my mom upstairs. Like, nah, they ain't.
And that's respectable as long as you have a plan.
Or do you still living at your mama's house? Like, come on now, you know your mom know you already getting.
And those be the same ones.
Years old.
Those be the same ones that be looking for some shit that they can't even offer themselves. You out here wanting the motherfucker to take you to a damn restaurant, and you want him to buy you flowers, and you want him to take you there and do this, that, and third for you, fly you out, but you can't even fly yourself out. Let's talk about it.
I got flued out, y'all.
Yeah, can't even spell it. Can't even spell it.
And what if he left you?
And where your passport? Where you think you going? Florida?
You got flued out, but it was a one-way ticket.
You going to Miami? Okay.
I'm like,
yeah. Have a passport, sis.
Because I feel like my expectations, I don't feel like mine are super high, but there are some things I won't compromise on, but there's a lot that I will compromise on as long as it gets somewhere. Because I've dated a bunch of people in a bunch of different fields and a bunch of fields I don't care about. People that have done things that are like in legal problems that I would have to deal with if we were like together or whatever. It's just so much going on. I just be like, I don't mind overlooking a lot of stuff as long as we can kind of build on
Work
it and
it
make a plan
out.
around it where it don't. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. Some people do have very high expectations. I feel like you're gonna be single the rest of your fucking life,
High expectations with low standards and low self-esteem.
But
and that's what you're given.
I think it also too comes down to like giving a person a chance. Like you talk to somebody, so like someone just talking to somebody online, and it's like, dang, like I really like who they are as a person, and you meet up, and then it comes down to like he didn't even open the door for me, y'all. Like, okay.
Hold on, that's on my list. Because if you ain't at the least hold the door.
My
But
thing
even
is,
at that,
but my thing is that you can talk to them about that. Like, I like when, like in that first date, you could just be like, I like when like a man or female or somebody does something really nice for me, like opening my car door always makes me feel good. Like, I love when they do that for me. And like, if they're the kind of person that really wants to be with you, they're gonna take that into consideration. So just being like, your red flag is, yeah, you opened my car door, but you didn't open the door and hold it at the restaurant. Like, oh
because I
nah,
can say, as
hell
a man,
nah.
some people don't like that shit, and some people do. Like, I can hold the door for one girl, and she'd be like, "Oh, I can do that shit my goddamn self. What the fuck you holding this
Right,
door for?" And I'd be
And
sitting
that's
there like,
right.
going
"What?"
off
So guys are
information.
probably confused.
Because you do have a lot of women out there that are like that. I personally was like that in my very first relationship. Don't carry my bag. I can do this shit myself. I don't need you to carry
And
my
that's
groceries upstairs. I can do this shit myself.
like, as a gay
Because
male or whatever, I don't want nobody to treat me like a woman mostly. So like, if I'm doing certain things, don't just be sitting there like. It's like I appreciate the gesture. If you be like, "Let me carry this," but at the same time, I'm a whole nigga. Let me carry this shit my goddamn self.
Yeah. Let me
I
get the
wanna I wanna
broomstick.
add another perspective to the same topic, right? I'm trans, so like I identify femme most of the time, but I've lived more of my life in a male dominated area mentally.
role.
Like, yes, role that. Thank you. I was struggling for the word, fighting for my life over here. So like nowadays, I want the femme side of things, but I will naturally just do the masculine side of things just because like habit
That was what you were
and all
taught.
that other nonsense. So like I do a lot of these things with Anisha randomly and I won't even like question it.
She always take the trash out.
I
So
won't even
so
question it.
that
It's funny
that
with
brings
y'all
me
because
back
Nisha
to
a
what you
nigga.
said about opening the doors. Okay. Yes, it's something that some people would consider minuscule, but at the same time, if you were not taught and if you don't have that trait of a gentleman, so to speak, then why am I vocalizing to you that this is what I would prefer and this is something that I want? For
Because
what? If it's not
And
If
the
instilled
they
in
would
you
more
change,
right,
if
more
they
already,
like
I
it,
why
they
am I
would change.
teaching a grown ass person?
Because it's like I
right,
don't
that
want to attack you, but
mentality.
as a man or whatever, because it's been times that I've also held the door for women. Because I'm a gentleman at heart. Like when it comes to women, I'll do stuff for them. I will hold the door for women, and I feel some type of way because I'm also the type bitch. I just held this door open for you. You better say thank you, motherfucker. And I would
Oh,
open the
that's a
door,
whole other topic.
and they just walk in through and
No,
shit. Bitch, you're
but it's
welcome. And then they
not.
got an attitude. That's
And
their
But
shit.
it's
that's
not because
entitlement. That's entitlement.
no, it's not though, because women are entitled to that. Men will hold a door open for them on a date and they will not say thank you. It's expected of them. And men are just finding that just like crazy that they have so many expectations of X, Y, Z from women. But when they want something from a woman, they don't get it. They don't get
I
it.
agree that there's shit in the pool when it comes to men and dating. I agree.
Mariah.
Girl, you ain't had a
Mariah,
I
pool.
agree because
If you got kids
Mariah,
sit in your
did
pool,
not offer you
I
that.
don't want to be in
Girl,
your
we ain't
pool.
swimming with
And
you.
I'm not gonna get in the topic of what do you bring to the table because that's bull. What I'm gonna get into is what the hell are you doing for yourself that you can bring to this relationship? And some women ain't got jack
Even what you
squat.
just said though, because you sound like you expect somebody to hold the door for you or whatever. And at the same
I
time, if
do,
I held the door for you and you didn't say
right,
but
nothing to me, I would cuss your
I'm
ass
not
out.
entitled.
Like,
I do expect that, but I'm not entitled.
because I'm like,
But
have I held the door
but
for
hold
no
on.
man? Because I feel like if I did, I
No,
would have
I will
cussed you out
thank
by now.
you. Absolutely. But as a man,
Hold on. But see what you just did? You just gave that man a role.
yup.
Can I?
And that's something that some men just be like, dang, she didn't give me a second shot because I didn't hold the door. But had you had,
I ain't say that.
but no, I'm just saying, a lot of women won't though. A lot of
Yeah.
women won't, and that'll be like the first red flag. And then you judge them from here on out. One, they didn't open the door for you, or something
Red
like
flag
that.
is audacity because you
It's just
didn't
like-
communicate. At that point, you're a red flag because you don't communicate effectively. Because if you felt
But
some
you
type
just
of way about
said,
this person not opening the door for you, then you should have spoke up and said something.
but you
And if
literally
you
just
feel
said,
some
why
type of
would
way
I
of this
say
person
that?
opening the door for you, then you should say something.
But Mariah, you literally just said, why am I talking to a grown man about opening the door? He should know to do that. You literally just said that like 2 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
But
Girl, what the
this is
fuck?
the
I
thing.
like this person.
Hold on.
That's
This is the
thing.
thing, right? We're not taking into account that everybody is raised differently. You were raised a
Yes.
certain way in which men should act a certain way, in which
Yes.
when you're dating someone, they could have been raised completely different. Because I've grew up like as you would expect. So if boy me met you, you would probably be one and the same mentally. But I've been friends with other people that were not raised the same way, and I've seen them do things that just made me go, "What the fuck are you doing?" But like, they weren't raised that way. So like, if you
Because I
were
kind
to
of
go
want
on a date with them, you'd be upset. But you're not taking into account what they grew up at.
Because I will say that I was raised that way. I was raised to be a gentleman, open doors for women, blah, 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 whatever. But at the same time, I still get pissed off. If I go out my way to hold a door for you and you can't say thank you, bitch, you can't say 2 motherfucking words and I went out my way to hold a door, then it's a motherfucking problem. And then don't even get me started on bitches that expect me, girl, I'm talking about you now, Mariah. They expect me to hold the door? Like, you expect me and you just gonna walk the fuck through and not say nothing? The fuck did I just do
It's
that
not
for? What
about
was the
not
purpose?
saying anything, because me personally, I'm going to say thank you. But to go back to what you were talking about, somebody being raised to do something, we were raised to do a lot of things.
Like
we
what?
were. And some of those things, not good things, because we were taught by somebody who was raised to do some things as well. Doesn't mean that it was right. Right? So as a grown-ass person, learning the world and learning what it is that they need to instill in themselves to be a better person, if you're not learning to be a better person for yourself, which goes back to if I buy myself flowers, I can't expect somebody to buy me flowers and I'm not buying flowers for myself. You get what I'm saying? So if a person that is raised not in a good, let's say, for example, not in a good environment or wasn't raised to be a gentleman, of course, I'm not going to expect them to do X, Y, Z. Am I going to give them, me personally, am I going to give them the time of day because of how you were raised? No, I'm not, because that's my preference.
But it's like I have to go back to your preference because, like I said earlier, as a man, again, some women don't like for you to hold doors and shit. That's why you got to pick and choose what you do. So it's like you might be there and be like, she's a strong, independent woman. I'm not going to hold the door for her. She opens the door and then she's like, this motherfucker didn't open the door. I don't understand what's wrong with him. I'm not meeting this motherfucker again. Especially if I took her out and I'm paying for dinner or whatever and I just pay for your meal. You already have in your head that you don't want to see me again. That's a waste of motherfucking money. And it's like I'm speaking as a straight male. As a gay male, I would have just cussed your ass out. But I'm just like, I'd have been like, girl, I'm not about to sit here and pay for this meal. You
That's
better
why I love
Venmo
gay
me or we not leaving here.
So,
That's why
I'm going to speak my mind. And if we get to that, if you don't hold my door and we get to that table, I'm going to tell you. Personally, I definitely like for my door to be held. If I like you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And if I communicate it once and the action hasn't changed, I'm going to leave it where it's at.
So,
but you also can't give them one time because back to Rose saying, I'm sorry, I feel like me and Mariah just going back and forth. But
You
back to
are,
Rose
but like, I just
saying
want to say one thing before you continue, Myron. Before you
go
continue, I
ahead,
just
bro.
want to say one thing. No one has said anything about getting to know the person first. So you can then take those steps on being upset about holding the door or being upset that they're not saying thank you. Neither of you are actually saying,
I
hey,
have to
let me
say
learn
though,
what the person
Well, that's a given,
actually
in
bro.
has
this
grown
day
up
of
about.
age,
That's a
Because
in this
without
given.
day and
knowing
age,
that, you can't
But
really make those expectations.
that
in
Because
this
is
day and age, I would get
that
a
is
good morning text, and 3 minutes later, I would get a dick picture. So it's just like,
and that's the type of person they are. Once you learn that, you know
well,
what the
I'm just
hell.
saying, like nowadays people are so afraid to date because they already have in their mind that this person is gonna be this way. Or it's too good to be true, or something like that. It's like they don't even give them the time of day to actually
Yeah.
get to know them,
and I got agree.
communicate communicate with that person. And as soon as they make one mistake, it's like, oh no, I can't do this. And it's just like, it's not even, it won't even be the person, honestly. It's their own insecurities. It's yourself. You're looking for
Period.
It's
perfection. And
experiences
you're looking for perfection, and people are not perfect.
at all.
Because I feel
That's
like
why
I try
I
to
give
look at
this
people as a
conversation.
whole. Like I try to do more than just looks. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has their moment where looks is what bring you in because bitch, the first time that
Yeah.
you see somebody, you like they cute. But
Now,
it'd
looks
be
are
other people
important.
that you might talk to
We
or
talked
whatever.
about this.
And they,
We talked about this
looks.
when we did that one podcast about kinks and stuff. And I said I consider myself a sapiosexual because looks can be the second thing on my list. The first thing is can you actually articulate and enunciate your words, and can you first of all comprehend what the hell I'm talking to you about? Because if you can't even hold a conversation with me, baby,
See, mine is
So
kind of
I'm
different
gonna
because
be
it depends on
one.
how
I'm
we meet.
unserious. I'm
Because if
very
I meet you for
unserious.
the first time, then I'm probably going off looks. But if it's somebody that's been talking to me or whatever, and because it's a few people that I've met through other people, and I didn't see them in one way at first, and then after a while, like getting to know them, I'm like, oh damn, maybe we need to make something happen.
Ugh.
So
Ugh.
like,
Hold on.
Baby, you want me to pay for your haircut?
I'm different. Looks don't mean shit for me. For
Right.
real. For me, it's like I cannot. For me, it's more of a vibe. Like, am I vibing with you or whatever? Then on top of that is you can't be stinky. I'm sorry. Like, are you clean? Cause like
Well, Beth, please.
I'll be honest, when I met Ro came in the store in a trench coat, some sweatpants, and some Walmart shoes. Like I think they were A1s. Like
See,
And
but Ro was
one,
still, because
like
I'm thinking back, and I'm like, Ro was probably still cute though, and her outfit
right,
was probably a fucking mess,
exactly.
but she
I
was
don't give
probably
a fuck
still
what
cute.
label you got on.
the thing is that I wasn't looking at Ro's cuteness. It was just vibing. And at the time I was with someone else. So like it was just hanging around Ro and vibing. I wasn't even physically attracted to Ro at the
Because it's
time.
like, I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, if I go to a bar or something, it's not like I'm just seeking out any and everybody. I'm like, who I vibe with. Like usually, if I go to a bar or a club, I'm sitting there like, that nigga cute. Let me go say hey. So I'm
Right.
like,
And that's why I
I'm like,
say
I'm
looks
saying,
are
Yeah, and
important
like
that's
when
not
we
in the
me.
have
mental.
our, like when we have our sassy parties or whatever, because it's been a few dudes that I've told y'all, I'd be like, you know what, they kind of nice, but when I first met them, I was probably just, I don't know them, bitch. There's nothing there. But then I got to know them, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, right, exactly. When you get to know somebody, it hit different.
And
It
it's
It
really,
always
do.
better anyway, because
it really do. Cause that shit lasts. Like, bitch, I'm finna be wrinkly, and my shit finna be wrinkly. So,
that's what I'm saying. Fancy
you
ain't gonna help
know,
me forever, bitch.
exactly. It's not finna help me at all. Like, what is it that you're coming to me with? Because, bitch, if you think that your little cute face is finna get you XYZ for the rest of your
And it
life, you got
is.
another damn thing coming. And what I
I'm cute
say
as
all the
hell. I'm getting
time,
everything I want right
bitch,
now.
you fine as hell.
And I will say about
But
like
love for me
70% of
is a
the cute people.
feeling. It's not, it's an action and it's a feeling. Like, it's not anything to play with. You gotta be intentional with who you want to be with, because those looks, like they said, might be cliche, but they fade.
You want to
This
hear
also
another
reminds me of a
cliche?
story though. Y'all got time for a little story?
Yeah. Every
I'm down.
time.
I'm seated. Where my popcorn at?
Attention.
It was this guy. Y'all seen the movie My Love Don't Cost a Thing, right? Christina
Absolutely.
Milian.
You know I
Wait,
do.
yes,
Yeah.
Road
yes.
don't
That's
count.
what Nick Cannon.
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
Road
Christina.
seen it.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
you
basically the
finna get
story.
you finna get a sliver of your card back, okay?
Nah,
You
it's
can't
because
talk about
Christina
nobody's card
Milian
because have
fine.
you gotten yours
That's
back yet?
exactly. Look, she's like, nope. But no, yeah. So I was
Not
talking.
clocking somebody else's card.
I be clocking both of y'all cards.
You got to these days because both y'all be letting us down.
And Ro let me down last night because I was listening to Jasmine Sullivan and she
My
said that
favorite
it
artist?
was. Who did you say it was last night?
I said a random person number 82 because I just was guessing. So, like, does that really count?
It does. Jasmine has a serene voice. It's very one of a kind. You can point her shit out in a million
Yes, you
mannerisms.
can.
I've only heard a fraction of one song, and that was
That's my
Bust in Your
favorite
Window.
singer, so don't worry. I'll
Bust in
send you a
Your Window
playlist.
out of a card. Send me a playlist so I can actually listen because I haven't actually listened.
Don't
I
ruin that
just need
song
to
for me.
shower.
Shut up. Stop ruining it. Shut your ass
Okay, but
up.
no, back to the story, y'all. So I was dating this dude or whatever, and
ADD.
he was not the cutest person. I did not find him attractive at first, but I literally fell in love with the dude or whatever. Then he started giving me red flags. So long story short or whatever, he moved to North Carolina. I was like, I'm gonna come see you. He said, I'm gonna just come up there. He was like, can I stay Friday through Sunday or some shit? And I was like, okay. So first of all, he came up and he was tagged on Facebook. Monday through Friday, he was with another nigga, and then he wanted to stay with me Friday to Sunday. And when I tell y'all, bitch, that I
That
felt
is
some type of
giving-
way, because
Okay.
I was sitting there, you're not even cute anyway, and I just wasted all my time on this shit. Like, I was so mad. I was so mad. But I love that dude, so fuck y'all.
Damn. Fuck 'em.
Damn.
I'm so fuck y'all.
Because I was sitting there like, bitch, how you get cheated on by an ugly nigga? But anyway.
Because
Wait.
and they're gonna sit up there and say, nah, I come see you. Don't
That
be
part, I was like, what? And then I was going to drive to North Carolina, bitch. I was going to take this 4-hour drive to go see you. You were already in DC with another nigga. Like, excuse you. Anyway.
Been there and done that, struggling.
You cheated on with an ugly nigga. It's gonna be stuck in my head. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to send y'all a picture. I'm going to look up. You know what, my
Look, what I said, I love Byron when he busts out his phone.
Why you still got a picture of him?
I don't. He
You
sent
know
me a
what,
message on. He sent me a message on Instagram recently. It was just like, oh, I don't know why we stopped talking. Nigga, I do, but I'm not going to respond because, bitch, fuck you.
I'm just gonna hold my egg. I got a
Now, Byron allergic.
Now the real question is, when it comes to
Dragon Tales.
when it comes to y'all dating, do you look at your own red flags?
Absolutely.
Hell no.
I do a lot, and then I always bring them up to people, like, cause y'all know I'm quick to question some shit. That's because I got trauma. So I be sitting there like, you lying? Okay, well, this is what happened. This is why I asked you that question. But nigga, you lying?
Myron said, I got trauma. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, ain't nobody got time for that.
Because people just do dumb
No,
shit. It's just like,
bro.
why?
And it really be making me reflect because when somebody telling me something, I be like, you fucking lying. And it's
See, y'all
just
got
about
stubborn.
Your red flags, like
that's what I'm saying.
your
That's
shit.
the trauma.
Not
The
bringing
trauma
it-
is the red flags. Because the trauma is, I don't fucking trust you. Okay? The red flag is, I ain't trusting you easily. And then also, the red flag is, I'm going to speak my mind. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Some people be like, I don't want no drama. I am the drama.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, I'm
You
the drama.
100% is the drama. As many times
the
I've had
drama.
to tell you about your motherfucking self, you definitely is the drama.
I'm the drama.
Very much
And
so.
kick rocks. Okay? Because if you don't like the drama, I'm
It can
in,
be-
baby.
It can be selfish. That's another red flag for you.
I'm not
I
totally.
acknowledge my flags, and it's just like,
I'm
as soon as I
totally-
bring them out to somebody, because I try to suppress them, but as soon as they come out, I gotta make it known because, bitch,
Yeah.
sometimes I can get a little crazy.
And the thing about
just
it,
because
my
of what
friend,
I've been
is
through in
I'm
the
going to
past.
warn you. I'm going to tell you. And then when it come up, don't be surprised. Don't be shocked. Why are you shocked?
And that's the shit, because I always say this shit to both these motherfuckers. Whenever I say something about fighting somebody, I always be like, if I start swinging, I feel like Nisha or Rogan be like, oh shit. And I'll be like, bitch, I told you 2 weeks ago. I said, don't. I said, if I
Like,
see this
like,
bitch, they gonna
I got
die.
road rage.
So
I do
Mouth
too.
is reckless.
let's talk about
Okay.
the if I start swinging part real quick because Nisha has said multiple times, I have never seen you get to that point. I don't even know if you can fight for real. To me, like to my face, and like I've seen Nisha in that point where she was ready to like mollywop a person over our friend already, but she's never seen me in that position. I've never had to be in that position unless I was real drunk. But like every moment that it would have happened, I wasn't around. So like if you start mollywopping
Ask me,
somebody,
bro.
I probably would mollywop him with you. Like I guarantee.
Why am I
I
here
would
for
not
that?
question it. It's because of the fact that like I love you. So if you have enough animosity towards somebody that you need to mollywop them, I feel like
Let me
it's
tell you,
second nature. Gamaka, okay.
that would end the whole fight, because I'd be sitting there like, oh shit, she's fighting with me, y'all. Y'all
And
would be
that's
like,
and that's
why he
Okay,
get angry to
so
start smiling?
the thing is I'm gonna fight with you if it's worthy of my fists. The thing that happened with Piyush was worthy of my fists. Cause that motherfucker had it coming. He had it coming. And then you gonna buck at me? You know who the hell I am. I'm fucking crazy. Don't buck at me. Cause everybody always look back at me like, oh, she's the silent one. Oh, she's not gonna do anything. Oh, she ain't gonna
that
do
be getting people.
and it gets
The
people
silent
every
ones.
fucking
The
time.
silent ones get
My
people.
family is some fighters. When I tell you my family is some fighters, I've done seen my sister crack a hole, them thick nail brushes, them boar brushes, crack that over someone's head. I done seen my brother get up and throw somebody into the locker to the point where it was dented in. I done knocked somebody the hell out with a damn Nintendo. We are fucking crazy. We do not
She was like,
care.
snap.
I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah,
You
watch
do not.
Mario Kart.
And that's one conversation that my dad had with my ex was do not piss her off. Do not get her to that point because I can take in a lot. I'll take in a lot. But when I get to a point or you say something that just really, really, really sends me the fuck off, all I see is red. I don't see shit else, and I'm not stopping. You could be literally threatening me, and I'm not feeling that. I am not stopping. And I damn sure have proof of that because I have marks on me where somebody had cut me. I'm not stopping until your ass is on the floor. I do not care. I don't care. I don't care how I gotta do it. But you fitting to be the fuck out. But you got to get me to that point. Now, I did take some anger management classes. I did take some anger management classes.
How to heal from stuff like that. Because I definitely had to heal. When you say, y'all, have you looked at your red flags? Baby, I had to search inside and out.
My red flags are usually caused by other people. That's my issue. It's like I might have like 1 or 2 red flags that are just me, but the rest was caused because of shit that other people have done to me.
But that's the thing, though. It's like people do stuff to you, but are you willing to heal and move on so that you're not thinking that there's someone doing something so small turns into that? That same thing.
I used to have it.
You could have dated a compulsive liar and then someone just lies one time and you're like, fuck that, it's over. I can't deal with somebody like that.
Because I try to heal from this stuff, but the thing is, it just keeps happening repetitively. So at the same point, I'm just like, if it's going to keep happening, I might as well keep that guard up instead of letting it shit down. You can heal from one thing all that you want, but if it happens 10 more times, bitch, it's becoming a pattern.
Yeah. Healing is hard. That's why they both start with 8.
Hard is an understatement for sure. For sure.
Like, I just wanted to say I don't exactly know what my red flags are anymore. I really don't.
I know some of mine, but I'm pretty sure others can point out.
Like outside of lack of communication under stressful time frames, that's all I know.
Well, that's one.
I think I communicate too fucking much, bitch. I need to know everything that's happening.
See, and that's the thing. You need to know everything that's happening. That don't mean that somebody gonna tell you everything that's happening.
And that's the problem.
Right.
I don't
Why the
like
fuck
being
you wait?
unsure, especially when
But
we're
you
dating.
but you could get to that point. You can get to that point, and I think that's where it comes to like the separation of dating and a relationship, because people tend to put those together and they're not the same. Dating someone is just going out having a good time getting to know them, but
You
even
know,
when you get in a relationship you're committed to that person at that point, but you're
yeah,
still getting to know them. Me and Ro have been together for over 5 years, and there's still stuff that we're getting to know about each other. And people don't give them that time of day. Like, from what I've learned through just studying and stuff, most people don't make it past year two with people because it's like, oh, they're like this, or they ain't changed this. And a person is not going to change in 2 years. It's not going to happen. A person may not change in 6 to 10 years because that's who that person is. The thing is, are you willing to compromise with that
accept
person and accept that person for who they are?
that part. And
Unless it's
that's why I
something
said
like,
love is an action.
unless it's something extremely toxic. Like if it's something where you're dating a narcissist, like that's different. Like if you're dating someone that's just like consistently cheating on you or something, like that's different.
Just making you feel like you the problem.
But a person, an adult who has been raised to be the way that they
Professional
are
gaslighter says that.
and could be trying their hardest to change for you because they see that you want them to change, like it's hurting them just as much though. It's hurting them just as much. And I think people don't realize that when someone asks for someone else to change who they are and they're trying to change, and every time you keep coming back every month or every few months and saying, oh, you ain't changed, or you're still doing this. Yeah, you did it then, but you're still not doing it. It's depressing. Like that shit is hard for the other person to
This
go
is a
through.
lot to ask.
Especially when you're not trying to understand the other person. You're
It's a
worried
Pink Panther
about
hoodie.
you're worried,
I'm
like
sorry.
a lot of people are worried about me. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. But you lose sight of what you both need in a relationship.
So that brings up an opinion of mine, because when you say it's not telling somebody to change or what you're doing, it's vocalizing what it is that you dislike, right? So when you're asking somebody, oh, look, I don't appreciate this and I don't like that you do this, it's not saying, oh, change what it is about yourself. It's, can you essentially not do this around me, plainly speaking, right? Because you can't change somebody. It's all about that person wanting to grow for themselves. You can't force somebody to be in a space that they're not ready to be in. That person has to feel like, oh, I need to do this for myself, because if I don't do this for myself, then what is it going to look like? And it's going to look exactly like what you said it's going to look like. I'm going to feel like shit. And I'm going to feel like I don't want you beating me down. That's what it feels like when you tell somebody, can you not do this? Can you not do this? Can you not do this? It feels like you beating somebody down. You get what I'm saying? So if they're not in a space to receive what you're saying, then how is it that they're going to grow for themselves? So in a relationship, from my experience, going in a relationship not knowing what it is that I want, not knowing what it is that I need, not knowing what it is it takes to be in a relationship with somebody else and to grow with that person, I actually had to look into myself and look to see what it is that I require from that person. And once I found that out, I realized that that person is not for me, because I've grown and I've understood myself before I didn't. You get what I mean? So
Is that also when you learn that your bar just starts off real high?
Yeah, your bar do start off high as fuck. Like,
yes, because before I didn't have that standard for myself. But now learning and growing with myself, I understand that this is actually what it is that I deserve for myself. Is this something that you can give me? No matter the time frame. I don't give a fuck about the time frame. If it's fucking 10 years and I'm just realizing it, then it's 10 years and I'm just realizing it. You get what I'm saying? So
I want to do a little hot take real quick. real quick, because like you said, as you grew, you realized that your bar was higher than it was
What you
previously.
thought? Yeah.
I'm gonna expand into like friendships as well, because I do the same thing with friendships and interested parties of dating. Um, I don't actually have a bar like at all. Like I see you as person, and as we talk and as we hang out together, I kind of correlate what is actually happening between me and you on if it should continue or if it should stop. And I feel like that's easier to deal with than having a bar like somewhere in your head on if that person matches up to that. Just kind of
So,
picking apart exactly like how you feel being around the person consistently is easier than just having like a set standard for everyone to kind of fall into. That's just me though, because like
so
Because
what's the difference?
you have
the difference,
expectations with a bar.
You go again, like
yeah,
When you're
like you don't
going
go
into
in
they're
it,
here
like
and they're done.
yeah, you go into something with expectations when you have a bar set for it. So you know yourself, but someone doesn't know you. So when you're not getting what you want because you know yourself, that bar is here. You're expecting them to be here, but they're not going to be here. Most people are here while your
Because they
bar is
confused as
here.
fuck.
And then they grow to seeing what you love, seeing what you like, learning from you, from being around you. So going in without those expectations of, oh no, I want them to be like this because I know this is what I like. I like this. I love this when this happens for me. Let it grow. And I think that's one thing that like with relationships people don't do is in that dating phase, you're not allowing it to grow so that you can hit a relationship because you're coming in here and that person is here. They don't know you. And then once y'all are in a relationship and it's just like, oh, we're now like years in, what is it about me that you just don't like? Like, what is it? What is it? Like, what am I not doing for you? Because someone could feel like they're giving you the world because that's how they love. But for you, it's like, nah, you're not hitting this, and this. But at the
And they're
same
trying to,
time, they could have
So
been
I'm
like,
still confused on what the difference is because I understand. Well, okay, so I'm lying. I do understand what the difference is that you're saying, and I think the connotation of me is probably a little skewed from what you're saying because
okay
you're
SAT words.
saying it as sorry, what was that?
I said okay SAT words.
Stop, y'all don't know me.
can I?
So I think I think what you're saying is I expect this person to be XYZ for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case. I expect this person to be XYZ for themselves. Because if I have a certain expectation and a certain standard for myself, I expect that person to also have that certain expectation for themselves.
but that low key
Not
could be,
for me.
that could
But
mean
that
two
is for
totally
you.
different things though, because your expectation of
Well,
yourself and the expectation of that person's self could be two totally different things. Like,
Yeah, no,
say if you were dating
absolutely.
another guy, he could probably think that his expectations are high, and you might look at him and be like, "Oh, you need to shoot higher."
Can we
That's
rewind back to how she expects
true.
a certain treatment of a certain door being flung a certain way for a certain
Along
person?
a certain
And then
way.
that also remains, it brings it back to what Zakai said about like the small things and people just build on the small things. Like, y'all know that I don't like niggas that chew too loud, burp, and all that other shit. But I would do, if I'm dating somebody, I don't care. Like, I'll get to know it or whatever. I'm not going to, because to me, those things are small. They're annoying as fuck, but they're small to me. So I would
And
get
that's
over
an
that with somebody that I'm
opinion
with.
and that's a
Because
choice
Myron
that you have to
love me. I
decide.
burp on
You have to
camera on
decide
mic
if
all the
you want to
time.
deal with. And that's my point. Do I decide to deal with this person? If I decide to accept this person for who they are, that's my choice. You get what
It
I'm
is
saying? For
right.
example,
100%.
bro, when we worked together and we first started getting to know each other, I said, this bitch don't even fucking talk to me. Why she don't be talking to me? But as I continued to talk to her and get to know her, I understood who she was. It's not the fact that I'm looking at this person and saying, oh, the first thing they're doing to me is say, fuck that. But I ain't dealing with that shit. No, you got to actually get to know somebody. I'm not going to go on a date with somebody just because they ask me. I'm going to go on a date with somebody after I ask them what their intentions are and after I understand exactly who they are by what they're telling me. I'm a person of action.
Ooh.
And if I don't understand your
your
action
question. That's the answer to your question.
Telling me, then I can't go any further. So if you're telling me, oh yeah, I'm a gentleman, I'm gonna do all of this, oh, I'm gonna go with it. Until we go on that date and you're not a gentleman.
That's the answer to your question, Mariah. You said you're not gonna go on a date with someone just because they asked you. In my head, I would go on a date with someone just because they asked me. Because I'm going to use that date to get to know them.
When I say that, when you first jump into my DM and you say, I would like to take you out.
All right, what's up?
Get to know you.
Because I'm like, right now, me listening to you, Mariah, you too fucking much. I would never, ever hit you up in a million years.
Hear me out. When you're first getting into my DMs and you saying, I want to take you out, I want to get to know you. All right, what's up? Because that's what I want. But then once it's leading up to that date and we talking, you know, for them 1 to 2 weeks, and it's not what I'm feeling, I'm not finna waste your time, and I'm not finna waste my time.
But that's different.
Well, I'm gonna get my free food.
That's what that looks like.
I'm not, because Rose part of the problem.
You're disgusting.
I am. I will 100% say that one. If you offered me food, I'm not gonna say no.
It's not about the food.
Bitches will go out with the food. Because once again, I would be pissed off. Like if I paid for a date and you don't, like you already knew from the jump that you just came for a free meal. Bitch, meet me in the parking lot.
Fighting.
Let's go. What's up?
Scrapping.
Exactly. You're like, you are
better than that.
I'm not though.
That bitch ain't better than that. She looking for flats and drummies fried extra hard. Okay?
Oh, first of all, I like my wings soft and saucy. I like my wings soft and saucy. Okay, double S on me. But
I used to like my wings double crispy and soft.
I'm really not better than that. I would actually just go on dates just to be like, all right, so what is this gonna like happen? Because as I said earlier, I start at ground zero and then see where we end up. So like it wouldn't exactly be like I already know that I don't want it. It's gonna be at ground zero and we're gonna see what the hell is happening. So it's a little different than what was being said.
Yeah, you was like, oh, I'm not better than that, but I'm like, you are better than that because you would sit there and have a whole conversation with somebody through messages and then be like, I'm not feeling them, but I'm fitting to get this free food though. You're not, that's not who you are.
Are you sure?
That's the thought.
You said, am I sure?
Are you sure?
No, I've seen you turn down going out someplace because you didn't feel like driving out there, even if it was free food.
That's because I'm late.
Because if I go on a date and somebody's like, they offer to pay for whatever, if I know I don't like the date, I'm going to put up money. That's usually the telltale sign. If I don't like
don't worry about it.
pay my bill.
Okay. Because that's my response. Don't worry about it. I got it. What I get, can you go ahead and put my shit on thing? I got it.
Because that check will come and I'll be like, oh, can you split it? It's going to be either that or I'll pay for the whole damn meal. If I either pay for the whole meal or split the check, then this is not a good date.
I'm not wasting your time.
That's something I didn't take them out. If I took them out, I would pay for it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have any quarrels about me wasting my time if I'm paying for it.
That part, because I feel like no expectations. I didn't pay you for you didn't pay for shit. So
exactly.
Y'all got American monies.
No, I just value my time a little bit more than money.
Y'all got American monies.
I really do.
Rush hour too much. It's like
I value my time, but
I feel like dating in 2024 is a bit crazy. I'm over it. It's just so much going on. Niggas be just doing the craziest shit these days.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like
I heard men can't order desserts.
But I think that's really what's happening. Really, is just social media is so fucking stupid that everybody is stuck on. Oh no, my man gotta open my door and we gotta go places that's expensive. Like, don't take me to no Cheesecake Factory in Longhorn. I need to go. I need to go somewhere else that's more expensive.
They remind me of that bitch that went to Cheesecake Factory and they had the nerve to argue about it and then had him on camera talking about, oh, so you took me to Cheesecake Factory. This is where we at. Bitch, excuse me.
Did you hear what he said? He said she had him waiting for hours because he wasn't ready yet. I said, this bitch had the audacity. Take me to Cheesecake because I know exactly what I want to get.
And just like the other bitch with the oysters, y'all seen the bitch that ate the oysters and she was just playing him for the meal? Order like 48 oysters, yeah. And then just be like, oh, you gonna pay for this? And he dipped. Bitch, I would have dipped too, bitch. You over there recording the whole day.
And I don't have the funds ready in my motherfucking account, okay? Jesus. I ain't going. I can't go. So maybe we can try next week because that's when I get paid.
And it's shit like that though that ruins it for everybody else. Like, this is why I won't pay for a date for another bitch because
native has shit in it.
You won't be going to your friends talking about, oh, I got that free meal. No, the fuck you didn't, bitch.
You ain't get the got gotten. Okay. And that's really why they be mad. And that's really why motherfuckers nowadays don't shoot their shot. And that's why chivalry is slowly dying. Because of the experience.
Chivalry been dead for years, bitch.
No, hold on. I've experienced some
I gotta say,
I've experienced
the last person that I was in a relationship with, I didn't even go on a date with them until we were in a fucking relationship. To me, that's given chivalry was dead, bitch. We in there doing all types of stuff before we even went on a date. And then I'm just like, you my nigga, and we finally going out to dinner. What type of shit is that?
And that's where I ain't going for that because I get sexualized all day and I don't appreciate being sexualized when I'm first trying to get to know you. Don't tell me.
My last relationship, that was all me though. I sexualized that whole thing and then it just became that was me.
When I'm intentional, do you not sexualize your people?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I'm going to sexualize them, but I'm not going to vocalize it to them.
Some people are just mad.
I'm gonna vocalize it to y'all.
But I'm just saying, some people are just more vocal with it, and that's just how the person is. Because
that's why I said I'm more intentional.
That same person will get in a relationship and slap your ass and be like, "Damn, that shit is fat and it's been fat since day one," and you will love that shit. But if they say that shit on the first,
but not out the gate, baby, you thirsty.
Or is it a compliment?
And I know exactly what it is that you want. So when I ask you what your intentions are, trauma
it's like I low-key feel like what I'm saying though, because people do say raunchy stuff to me sometimes, and I'd be like, ugh, but at the same time, I'm smiling like in the inside, I'm like, why did you say that to me?
Right. At the same time, I'm going to say, why don't you say that to me? Because I'm not going out the gate let you know that I'm actively in the kink world. And slut me out. I'm not going to actively say that because I want to get to know your mental first.
Okay, as someone that is in like kink space and talks consistently about kink to other people, that's actually normal for people that are in the kink space specifically. That's all I can really talk about. Like when people are actively in the kink space and that's something that they consistently enjoy to do, they say that to see if you're also in that same mindset so that they can connect that way. So I'm not speaking for other people. I'm not speaking for other people. I just know like in the kink space, that's very common. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on that one. I'm not saying like, oh, what they did was okay or what they did wasn't okay. I just know in the kink space specifically, that's very common.
And there's a lack of longevity.
I also say let the dating apps go because the dating apps are just looking for a smash and go for the most part.
Bitch, I downloaded that shit recently and I had it for all of 10 minutes and I had so many dick pics and so many messages asking fuck. Because I always talk about my friends in these apps because they be like, oh, I'm on this blah, and I just be like, because I've only had 2 experiences and they only lasted like 20 minutes, but each one has been giving straight up nasty talk from the jump. And I just be like,
they was trying to,
And it's one thing if I'm in the mood to do that, especially gay guys these days. Just hoes out here. They just do any fucking thing.
To me,
I'm pretty
yes,
sure I could
really
run out to a gay
wait.
club and be like, "Can I pee on you?" And somebody's gonna be like, "Yes."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because in that space, it's more common for that
Exactly.
It's
conversation
fuck.
at
And
the
I'd be like,
start
"Well,
They're not
to
looking for
be like
longevity.
that. So that's why I said like when you say certain subgenres of spaces, it becomes more common. But like overall, what you're thinking of is not the same.
Yeah.
Because I told y'all in the kink
Sorry.
podcast, I used to be like, "Well, I'm a freak," but then I figured out what a freak was, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not that." I was
It's
like, "Yeah,
giving
these things that you're naming, I didn't know people did that in America."
vanilla bean briars.
Look, let's just not talk about plopping.
Oh God, shut up, bro.
Let's talk about that later.
If you
No.
want to Google that, Google it. But let's not
We're
talk
not
about
talking about
plopping.
that later. We're not talking about that later.
I'm just gonna say Google it. I'm done with it after that.
We're gonna talk about it later, but
I'm hanging up after this.
Googling it.
but I'm not hanging up.
What?
Yeah, we're not talking about it, man. We're not talking about it, man. We're not talking about it.
Did you Google it? Did you Google it?
Myron Googled it, but we're not talking about it.
Myron,
we're
read
not
the
talking about it.
definition. Read the definition.
We said
No.
we're not talking about it.
No.
Inquiring
This could be a
minds
whole nother
would
podcast.
like to know.
Mariah, you need to Google it if you want to know.
I'm sure our viewers have already Googled it. Y'all tell me what it is.
You need to Google it if you want to know. No one gives a fuck who else Googled it. If you want to know, you need to Google it. You, Queen Judy, needs to Google it if you want to know. Okay? We're moving on. Dating is hard in 2024.
Tell me what it means, guys.
No, we're continuing.
Yeah, go look it up. You'll see.
So
put it in the comment section and like and subscribe, please.
So what's the perfect date for y'all?
Ooh, who wants to go first? Because I already got mine. I got mine. Go ahead.
You got hers. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell mine. So I need somebody to text me exactly what it is that they have planned for us to do. And I don't care if it's something from a picnic in the park. Make sure you got the blanket. If we eat sandwiches and chips and coloring, you stole my heart. Okay? To a nice jazz club, live music playing. Okay? It's a wide range, okay? Park, I get to know you, or the movies. The movies, you stole my heart because the movies is my favorite pastime. And if as long as it's planned and intentional, I'm cool.
Because I will talk all through that movie, and if they talk, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Can I ask a question, Mariah, on your perfect date? I just want to confirm something.
Don't peek out that closet and don't make a noise.
At the row say where she got. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about this date I went to the movies.
I have a question. My question for you is your perfect date. Yes, for you. Your perfect date thrives in the other person planning it out. Okay. That's what I wanted to confirm.
The first date. The first perfect date.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the perfect first date, just a perfect date. But...
Okay, all right. Let me. All right, that changes everything. The perfect date in general consists of intentional quality time. That's it.
That's a date. I mean, you literally just gave me the definition of a date.
Nope.
Intentional quality time is the date. What?
How many dates have you been on that wasn't quality and that wasn't intentional?
if someone is intentionally doing something with me to spend quality time with me, that is a date, whether it was bad or not.
See, there we go. Good. I mean, endless conversation. Okay? Endless bonding experiences. But it doesn't always have to be vocal. If I understand that I'm in a space where it feels right, then yes. So, all right. If I want to be specific, then if you guys want me to be specific,
Yeah,
sorry,
because you speaking in circles.
you guys want me to be specific, then let's go with the picnic date. It allows me to talk to you. It allows me to express myself creatively because it gives me a space where I feel like you were listening to what I was saying while we were first like talking. You get what I mean? You were intentionally listening to what I was saying and it was genuine. So if I feel like you knew exactly what I was saying and I feel like you implemented what it is that I was telling you, then I appreciate that day. Something that I appreciate.
Myron, you had a question
I
or a
was just going to
statement.
tell a story about
Okay.
this
It
movie
was a
date.
story.
Gotcha.
But no, I get the movie date, but because my thing is, I like to look at the movie, especially if it's like, because I'm a comic book nerd, so if it's something like Marvel, especially, I'm just laser focused.
Yeah, because can I say something? Can I add to that? Because I think taking someone to the movies as a first date is a terrible fucking idea. You're not getting to know each other. You're not getting the time to talk to each other. You're both centered on watching the movie. Now, if you did dinner and then a movie, that makes more sense. Or a movie and a walk through the park. Something where you can do
missed
it.
what we said. Me and Myra said we talking through that bitch.
If
Slap
you
the
if you
shit
do
out
the
of you because
movie,
if you behind me just talking,
And that's your
getting to know
opinion.
you.
No, but that's my thing though, because I will talk, but I don't like when other people talk. So therefore,
y'all freaky as hell.
Turn around and
the
tell
story
y'all to
I'm
shut the fuck up.
no,
Because
I
Because what
acknowledge this is
you
a
not
red
finna
flag. I
do,
acknowledge this is a red flag.
what you not fitting to do is ruin my movie experience because you're in a loud environment over there talking about, and like, then I'll see you like
Because I will
This is
say,
what I said.
I got over that. I don't do it no more.
I never asked me why it was my favorite pastime. That's why I said intentional and I appreciate it.
all I'm saying is if you do a movie first and then do anything after that, you can talk about the movie and that opens up conversation
Yes.
about something that you enjoy.
Food.
It can be
Talking
food,
during the
it can be the
movie.
park, it can be a walk, it can be anything. If you do the movie first and then do something after, that's good because you have something to talk about or to fall back on if you run out of topics.
Nope. By that time, you already know I love food. So you better not take me to no movie and not give me no food. By that time, you know I like food. So be intentional.
I cannot. See, Mariah, I would never date Mariah's. She'd be left on that car and
And I
she'd be getting
told you,
crib
I'm
side.
spicy,
She's for the
and I'm gonna
street.
tell you what it is that I require.
That you like food by that time.
Huh?
Because I'm like, did y'all go and watch
know
the
you like
movie?
food by that time. If you went to a
Because
movie,
Was you cramming down that popcorn?
Don't give me no movie theater popcorn from the damn movie.
Were you over there with the popcorn and nachos and they like, bitch, she like food?
Not
everything you saying is given situational because you said you love food, but don't give you no movie theater popcorn.
That's
Don't
what
give you
I'm saying.
no
Right
snacks
now,
in the movie
Mariah, you
theater.
are a
And
woman
those
that's a
shits that
red
is
flag.
expensive as hell. Them shits is not cheap. I'm digging in my pockets, my six-figure salary for your fucking snacks, for your fucking Skittles, for your fucking M&Ms, for your fucking popcorn, for your fucking Starburst, and you not appreciative of my fucking six figures. Like, no.
Because if we plan to go to the movies, I'm like, ooh, I love the movies. Ooh, what's your favorite snacks? Because I'm gonna sneak them in my bag. This is the conversation. I'm gonna sneak them snacks in my bag. We gonna have snacks in the theater because I done bought them already. We gonna sneak them in the thing. We ain't buying them fucking snacks because at that point, you know me and you know I don't buy expensive ass movie theater snacks. Because that's a conversation that we had prior to the date. You get what I'm saying?
Say that in your example.
Y'all understanding what I'm saying?
I'm understanding what you're saying, but you didn't say it in your example. So when we tell you give us specifics,
I said
no. You said by that time we would know
because by the time we go on a date, it's gonna be 1 or 2 weeks. We gonna be talking between them 1 or 2 weeks.
But you ain't tell us. You ain't tell the viewers. You ain't tell the listeners.
Y'all,
you give us half information.
Run that back because that's what I said.
I asked how was you gonna know, and the first thing that came out y'all motherfucking mouth was y'all talking during the movie. Now if you said behind me or in front of me and talking during the movie, you with my expensive
y'all have already watched the thing
with extra butter and fruit punch because we ain't about to do this shit.
Y'all heard me say that.
I love you.
I love you more.
That's probably fine, but just know I still love you.
So I don't even know how to pick that heart.
We got that Mariah's perfect date.
Yeah, they gonna people watching it.
Shut the fuck up.
When they rewatch this video, they gonna hear me say that.
With intention, where they have a close, intimate session where they can talk and enjoy themselves. And it has to be planned by the other person. Is that right? All right, well then, moving on. Myron, what is the perfect date for you? Because we done spent like 30 minutes on trying to figure out what your date is.
Yeah, no, mine is real simple. It don't matter who plans it or what. I just like to spend time where we can actually sit and talk. So like, I don't even care. Like if we go, like I said earlier, we went to a bar, I would just sit in the corner and talk. Just so we can get to know each other. We go to dinner, sit and talk. But like I said, the movie is probably a no for me.
The first date anywhere, go to a movie?
Yeah, first day, yeah. Only because I just know how I am and I'm going to end up fucking it up and they're not going to call me back.
I'm telling you, first dates to the movies, you got to do something before or afterwards. You're not learning anything about the person.
If we go to the movie first, I probably won't.
Food for sure.
I love that I'm next because my example of a perfect date is completely like specific no matter what variable that you put into it. So I feel comfortable in saying that.
Okay, so your perfect date, bro.
Excited. My perfect date is 2 things. It is either one or the other. It's either you showing me something that you're passionate about or me showing you something I'm passionate about. Examples. I've had situations where somebody was extremely into Yu-Gi-Oh! And the first time we actually hung out together by ourselves, they just would not shut up about Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know what it is about someone talking about something that they're passionate about, whether it's something I know or something that I have no idea about. I'm locked in. Because, for example, another situation where I didn't know anything about it is when somebody would not shut up about Studio Ghibli movies.
Sexy.
And I just cannot, like, take my information, like my focus. That's the word I'm looking for. I can't take my focus away from you because you're so passionate about this exact subject. So, like, if you're telling me something that you're absolutely passionate about, and I feel the passion, I hear the passion, I see the passion, that's my perfect date. I don't care what we're doing. I don't care where we are. If you're talking about something you're actively passionate about, you can take me to a comic book shop. You can take me to an art shop. You can take me to like a park with something. It doesn't matter. As long as you're passionate about it, I'm locked in. And if you're the person that's talking about something I'm passionate about, it's probably going to be a fighting game. It's probably going to be my cosplay. It's probably going to be like random skit number 82 that I have locked in my brain somewhere. If you're actively listening to me, I'm interested in you. And that's all it is for me. Like, your passion or my passion. And if you're listening, I'm good. If you're talking about your passion, you're good. That's all it is for me. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I don't have a perfect date.
God damn, this bitch couldn't wait to say this shit. God damn it. We've been waiting, ho. Say something.
I really don't have like a perfect date situation. The only thing is no interruptions.
What's
The
considered an
phone.
interruption?
The phone.
Anything,
Yes. So when I go out to eat, me and Ro both put our phones face down. We put them at the end of the table.
No, I don't need my face down. Mine's gonna be face up.
That's quality time. Y'all get it now?
Red flag. That's my red flag. Anyway.
Quality.
Mariah, you're just terrible at explaining sometimes.
So what was y'all?
And you know that might be a red flag of mine because that is absolutely true.
Because like you
I
said,
told you twice that you was talking. I was like, you talking in circles. Let's rewind.
Am I talking in circles?
No, at one point in time, you was just kind of talking in circles, just kind of like kept repeating yourself, but with using different words, but it was the same thing.
Probably because I felt like y'all wasn't understanding what I was saying. But that's why I always ask, what does that look like for you? Because if your quality time is different from mine, then that's okay. But when I hear something I agree to, that's it.
all right, Mariah, I want to just let you know a running theme with me, specifically editing these podcasts, is that you take a long time to say one thing. And I just want to let you know, while you're on your journey of learning bigger and better words, also learn how to be clear and concise, because you've taken 60 seconds before. I literally had to tap out the frames of 60 seconds of you just trying to say one sentence. And I'm just like, girl, please. Say what you saying. Keke Palmer said it best. Say what you saying.
First thing come to mind. You guys know what the fucking booty hole?
Help me.
And like, I just want you to be able to say what you want to say, because you have it in here, but it's not coming out of here.
It's hard to get it out.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Work on that.
So, can I piggyback off of that?
Yes, you can.
Go to therapy, y'all, because it helps you understand that. Because I know exactly what she's talking about when I say shit like that. It's been worked on. So that's all I gotta say.
Well, my question for y'all is, what was your favorite first date, I guess, that you've had in your life so far?
Who wanna go first?
I don't think I have a favorite, though. I know I usually have favorites, but one's not popping out in my head.
I can't say a favorite first date, because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't remember my first dates.
Okay.
But,
let's just rephrase that to your favorite date ever then. Your favorite date that you've ever had.
My favorite date that I've ever had, and one that I've continuously have had, is literally car rides, eating food in a car, and just talking while listening to music.
That's so adorable. That sounds so wholesome.
I love it. Even if we're not even talking and we just singing the songs, that's fine too.
All right, so it's comprehended what she said.
But she was clear and concise. You said quality time.
I said quality time.
Right, which isn't
but
specific.
She gave specifics. She said in the car riding around eating food. Quality time can mean anything.
So when I said we can be talking about
in the
things,
gym boxing
we don't
each
have
other.
to be talking about things, but it has to be quality. What the fuck that mean?
We understood you after you said that shit. When we asked you the first time, you gave us the definition of a date. You said intentional. You said intentional quality time, and it was like,
that's not intentional.
So what happens if you were the type of person that doesn't like being in a car, that doesn't like to go to eat, that doesn't like to do any of those things? That wouldn't be quality time for you. So that's why when you say quality time and intentional, that's not specific. We are talking about something that is specific to you specifically. That is something that was specific to Anisha that she liked. But
I
you said
understood you.
the general like description of it. We all understood that. We all got that. But we were asking, what is that for you? So you know how like in math they
So,
like to use X and Y and then solve for that shit right now? We need you to solve for X and fucking Y so that we can understand the entire equation.
Tingling when you say X and Y, okay? Because I love
Exactly.
that shit.
Let it fucking tingle and figure the shit out because that's exactly how you felt in math. You were struggling to figure the shit out. Struggle, figure the shit out, and then say it.
do you love it? So what's a squared plus b squared?
Equals C squared, guys.
Period.
There you go.
Pythagorean theorem. I think that's what that is.
It is the Pythagorean theorem, yes. Okay.
I get that in the quadratic formula mixed up.
Okay, let's have a moment because numbers for me make sense. Words for me, Lord, I'm gonna be struggling.
So you be sitting there waiting for somebody to be like 143.
Yes, I do.
She's dyslexic just like me.
Right
She's dyslexic just like me.
I was doing numbers and they were like, since you know so much, what's 500 divided by 4? I said 125. Because why are you taking out a calculator to understand what 500 divided by 2 is? We all know it's 250.
Fun fact.
Don't take a calculator out for that.
Fun fact. 143 means I love you.
Yes.
So you wanna? I'm gonna take your same scenario and take it in a different direction.
Another fun fact. It's my favorite Music Soul Child song.
I don't know numbers, but I know theories. So I get the idea of how you get to an answer, but I can't calculate that shit.
Yeah, because Pew said she was a genius when it came to physics.
I was, but you know what happened in fucking physics? The Peter was talking about AP physics. I was in fucking AP physics, right? I was in AP physics, and I got a 2 out of 3 on every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. It's a passing grade, but I would not be able to calculate the answer rate. But I got the theory right, so that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Physics is it. But physics wasn't it when I found out my favorite teacher was getting a divorce.
Anyway, we answering this question. Who was next? Jesus Christ.
It was sad. So it made physics sad.
All right, we're going to make Judy last.
Bro, you want to go next?
I thought I just went. Wait, what question are we doing?
What was the question?
What was your favorite date? No, what was your favorite date?
Oh. I don't.
Oh, yeah, Ro did say she didn't have one.
No,
I can't really think of one because I know it sounds terrible, but I really don't remember. Nisha said the car rides and the food and the just talking. Yeah. I really don't think I know one. I'm really trying to think. Like,
look, not giving Luna the thumbs up.
I was about to say, do y'all see her?
You know what? I think I know what it is now. I think I know. And I don't know if I can classify this as a date, but I went to someone's house and they started talking about ghost stories dubbed. And they would not. They wouldn't stop talking about ghost stories dubbed to the point where we made rules for a drinking game and we watched the entire season of Ghost Stories that night.
Okay,
and remember this drinking game. I don't remember all the rules, but I just remember whenever the little brother said anything that just sounded like wow, you take a fucking shot. And I remember anytime pop culture was referenced, you take a shot. And off of
Y'all
those
were
two
drunk as shit.
specifically, you was gonna be drunk as shit. But I was drunk as shit after episode 2. But I kept going. I kept fucking going. And eventually the bottle was taken from me, and I watched the rest of it. But the sheer, like, going back to what I said earlier, the sheer passion on how much they enjoyed ghost stories, dubbed specifically, just interested me, and that's where my kind of mental attraction to other people comes from, is just straight, if you're passionate about it, I'm fucking with it. Like, I want to see your passion and what you're passionate about, and I'm gonna support you. And that's honestly the only one that comes to my brain right now. So I'm gonna say that.
Damn, well, you married the perfect person because the many tangents I go on.
And how many times do I just sit there and just be like,
I cannot nothing less with faces. Nisha would go for hours.
And it's bad when I got, because I got ADD, so I'll say something, and then we'll talk about something else, switch subjects,
and then come right back to the same subject and the same thing 2 hours later.
Leave the cabinets open, leave the refrigerator open, come back and be like, and you know what else, and then go on for another hour, and then be like, oh bitch, I left the cabinets open and the refrigerator is still open.
Some people don't think like that. Some people don't recall leaving the cabinets open, okay? Some people I've noticed don't give a fuck that they're leaving open cabinets and drawers.
I'm gonna open the doors again. When I'm editing these videos, Nisha will overhear, because sometimes I have it in my headphones, sometimes I just have it playing out loud, and she'd be like, "Why y'all let me talk like that? Why y'all just let me talk like this for that long, girl? Why am I gonna stop you?
For real.
Why am I gonna stop you?"
All right, you ain't gotta act like that over the recording. Please save it for later. Damn.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever Myron talks about something he's passionate about, whenever Mariah talks about something she's passionate about, whenever Zakai, Anisha talks about something they're passionate about, what am I gonna do? Why am I gonna stop you from talking about what you like?
You being gay. You being gay.
I'm gay as hell.
You being gay.
Like, yeah, talk about your passion.
I literally was asked to be in a whole nother group as well, just because of how gay I am. So, like,
that is true.
You gay.
That group
gay as hell.
You're gonna get a lot of passion out of Mariah in this episode.
What is it? What I do?
Yeah, Myron, what's your favorite date?
One of my dates, I want to say it's 2, because one is kind of unrealistic and probably would never happen again.
No.
But I was talking to this guy or whatever, and it was around my birthday. He decided to take me on a date or whatever. And we weren't talking for that long. It was maybe like 3 weeks. And he picked up on the whole music thing. I didn't tell him I was working in the music or whatever. I just told him that I like music. So it was a show at Madison Square Garden or whatever that had all these DJs coming in, because he didn't know what type of music I like. So he picked an event where they played literally everything. And he somehow rented a skybox, and it was just us. And we had like food and alcohol and everything. It was just us there looking at all these DJs. Mind you, I didn't know nobody but Deadmau5.
No.
But other than that, I ain't know nobody. But I enjoyed that date a lot, because we sat and talked. Yeah, he did have money though. That's why I was like, it probably won't never happen again. But I did enjoy that.
Skyboxes are not cheap.
You said what?
I said skyboxes are not cheap, and especially if they had famous DJs there, like, that's not
cheap. The thing that got me though is, first of all, saying Madison Square Garden, and we're 3 weeks into like talking. I literally met him at a party with my roommate, and then 3 weeks later, he's talking about, let's go to Madison Square Garden. Bitch, what?
Yeah,
that's not a day I would have took him on, but whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed that. But the other date that I did like was kind of similar to Ro. We were playing a drinking game, because I had met this dude or whatever. And I was like, I can drink you under the table, and all y'all know, bitch, I could literally drink anybody under the table.
Bitch, I'm gonna be under the table in fetal position, sucking my thumb, drinking with you.
So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this or whatever. And he drank gin, and I really wasn't. I was like, I like gin, but not that much back then. He was drinking Tanqueray and shit. But I sat and I held my own or whatever, and he actually did not get. We drank a whole bottle, and we were just sitting there tipsy. And then we just had a whole conversation. And then we went out and got food, and we just talked and watched a movie. And I was all there for. Well, we didn't really watch a movie. We were just talking over the movie. But I had fun on that. Yeah.
That's cute.
After that bottle, the way I would have been like, bitch, you know what the
We
fuck I'm
drank
talking
that whole
about?
bottle and we went straight to the damn bodega and I got me some chicken and lamb over rice.
Oh,
That
you was
sounds
in New
so
York. You went to
We
good.
got
that
him a chopped
bodega.
cheese on a
I think
hero
bodega.
at like 2 in the morning and we went right
It's
back,
not
turned
dancing.
on Netflix.
Myron was in New York.
That sounds beautiful. And I just want to point out the fact that I love the fact that we come to an agreement, or not necessarily an agreement, but like a like mindset of, here we go, a like mindset of understanding the importance of spending quality time with somebody and not worrying about their tax bracket.
I said she was gonna say that.
What you say?
It's somebody in my life that cares about money so badly, and I be telling him
Oh,
that you miss
bad.
your man because of that bullshit. Because he was talking to, I remember he was talking to, I'm not gonna say who this was, but I want to point out that all y'all know him. But Ro and Nisha know him.
I know.
Anyway.
I'm about to say, where the pictures?
So he was talking to this other dude, and this dude really liked him, whatever. He came to me and was just like, I'm thinking about asking him to be my boyfriend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell that poor baby, I was like, you probably shouldn't, because the person that I knew that he wanted to be the boyfriend with or whatever, he was just like, oh, he worked at the post office. He ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I want to deal with his job. But meanwhile, he worked at the post office, but he had a degree in biochemistry. He was working on some large ass project. And I was like, you didn't even know that because you didn't give him a chance.
Yeah.
But that's
And
true
that be the
too.
shit.
Because I tell people all the time, when me and Ro were just friends, Ro actually made more money than I did.
I did.
And that's a conversation.
Ro was like, I was making money like that.
When we
I
both worked
remember
at
being broke all my life.
both worked at Best Buy, you made more money than me. And that shit used to piss me off all the time.
You should like, this
started
bitch should
after
pay
you.
more.
Nah, that's very valid though. Because I started years after her and just came in making more money. That's kind of crazy.
She literally came in making more money than me. And every time I asked for like the increase, because they did an increase, they never gave it to me. But they gave Piyush his increase. They gave everybody else their increase, but they never gave me my increase. Which is why I never did shit on that job. Piyush should be like, Anisha, can you do it? I don't make that money for that. Bye.
I'm gonna
Right,
change
did you
the
freeze?
layout. I think she did. But I'm gonna change the layout of the Sassy Hills things. I'm gonna put Piyush's little avatar picture right in the middle. Because we talk about him every fucking podcast.
Oh, that poor baby
Heck,
stuck. We didn't even get
Mariah
her.
is gone. She
She
only
what? She distraught. Come
literally in the
back.
back, paper on her
This
tail.
expensive ass camera that will focus in with me getting this fucking close.
I don't know what's going on with your camera, but the pixels is picking up.
Actually,
it
and that
fixed
is
itself.
losing a whole mid podcast.
I need her to come
It's
back.
focused now.
She literally is the last person that needs to tell us about her favorite date. Well,
Mariah, you kinda looking stuck just like Blur Con. Hey,
Okay, it's given. I'm a young tenderoni all over again.
she look
You
like
a
somebody's
young
mama.
tenderoni and
That's
your
about to be the
Wi-Fi.
thumbnail, y'all. We about to all do this.
Oh wait, let's all do it. Let's all do it right now.
No. We gotta.
The way I'm gonna actually make that the thumbnail. It's not gonna be the usual. It's not gonna be the usual. Nah. No.
I'm thinking her phone died. Yeah, she gone. She is gone. Did that mess up our layout?
It did.
We'll work out. I guess this brings us to the end.
I know
Judy.
that messed up the layout.
It's a cat. I'm
Exactly.
Judy. It's a cat.
Yeah.
I'm Judy. It's a cat. Hey.
Get it. Hey,
I'm
yo,
just
booty.
young. Tenderoni.
Tenderoni, young. Tenderoni, young. Tenderoni, young. Tenderoni. Young tenderoni. Young tenderoni. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it,
Get it, get it, get it, tenderoni.
I 100% feel like her phone died.
I feel like the
did.
same thing.
She needed to just use the laptop.
Don't she got a laptop? Don't she got a laptop and an iPad? Either of those would work too.
Or she could just plug it in, you know.
Because I definitely got this camera plugged in.
It's okay though, you know. Mariah's favorite thing to do on dates is to do what she did here. Ghost.
I cannot.
She said, as long as you spend quality time and you're intentional about that quality time, you good.
She spent that quality time with us during this podcast, y'all. She was intent with this time, and her time was up, so she poofed.
I am being Judy right now. I am on the side of Judy. I agree. Now back to Zakai.
Her.
Hey, y'all.
Her. Hey. Hey, Zakai. You not Judy no more?
With the beauty.
With the booty phone died.
Yeah,
there
girl,
it is. There it is. We already done figured it out.
Yeah, we know it, girl.
We got the
like,
messages saying the phone died. Like, you need to put your phone on the charger when you're recording until you get your webcam. Like, I understand you can't always grab everything at the same time, but you just plug it in, work with what you got.
I'm just going back and forth.
I guess
this camera wasn't even gotten by me, but I'm using it, so.
I cannot. Well, so long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Let us know.
Like, no, I'm over here singing
let us know in the comments what your perfect date is and what those red flags are for you. Let's talk about it.
That part.
But we out.
Deuces.
Peace.